Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Destiny 2. Yes, that's right, you heard me correctly, some more information has surfaced just now, and no, I am not talking about the ridiculously fake Reddit thread that went up this morning. What I am actually talking about is information that came directly from the Activision investor call that has just finished. I sat through and listened to the whole thing. It wasn't exactly thrilling entertainment, but then investor calls aren't supposed to be. But it was worth it because among a few other things mentioned, they did confirm Destiny 2, or a Destiny sequel, is indeed on track for the back end of 2017. So with that being said, in this video, I'm just going to share all the important bits with you guys to ensure that you know where we stand for Destiny this year. So if you do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated, and comment down below if you have any questions. Now, starting at the top, the very first thing to crop up during the call was the full Destiny sequel in 2017 to broaden the franchise's global reach, which along with follow-up content plans, sets the stage for growth. And while yes, this is hardly new because we already knew that Destiny 2 was in development, we of course just haven't heard it from Bungie, what this statement does do is potentially give credibility to some of the statements from previous calls and rumours from last year. The most important line I want to highlight is quote-unquote broaden the franchise's global reach. They spoke a couple of times in the call about breaking into new markets for Destiny, and it's clear to see this directive has come from Activision and Blizzard's success with Overwatch. So while they didn't expressly call this out, they are clearly trying to target markets like China, Korea and Russia. But the interesting thing to note is that for those territories, console gaming is not as big as PC gaming. If you look at Overwatch as an example, PC scene completely dominates the console scene over there. And if you cast your mind back to one of the rumours from last year, that Destiny 2 would also be coming to PC, then this statement just adds further credibility to that, because if they really want Destiny to be big in those markets, then PC is the only way they're going to really achieve that. So I'd be willing to say that PC is pretty much a given for Destiny 2 this year, of course as well as the existing platforms PS4 and Xbox One. Moving on from there, they then went on to say that Destiny 2 is designed to quote-unquote thrill our existing fan base whilst also bringing new people into the series. Now I appreciate that's a bit of a kind of washout term, they're always going to want to do that, I mean who doesn't want to bring more people into a series? But they also want the game to be more accessible for newcomers whilst still respecting the existing fan base. What they did say though is that if you enjoyed Destiny 1, then there will obviously be stuff in Destiny 2 that you'll love, but for anyone that has yet to dive into the franchise, then Destiny 2 will also be a great entry point. Furthermore, they also said that Destiny is getting a full sequel this year as well as content plan post-launch to drive growth, and at the tail end of last year, the previous investor call spoke about a better engine and an improved pipeline that would allow Bungie to better deliver content post-launch. So let's hope that means fewer drought periods. I'd like to think they'd look to, say, Overwatch and how they run their seasonal events semi-regularly to continually keep people engaged. When asked about how the development was going, Eric Hirschberg said that, quote-unquote, development is going great and the game is on track for this fall. He also mentioned that they have a big reveal plan, but he said he wasn't going to give any specifics on that because he was going to let the game speak for itself. They did of course say, however, that some of the cornerstones of Destiny 2, some of the things they are super proud of, are a big new cinematic campaign, cinematic story, with a memorable cast of characters, among a few other things as well. So one of the better ways to actually share this with you guys is to take a segment from the call.
As for the particulars, we've got a big reveal plan. I'm going to let the game do most of the talking, but I'll give you some broad strokes. I think that our team and our great partners at Bungie are doing a very nice job on two fronts. One is if you're one of the millions of players who really invested in Destiny 1 and have put a lot of hours and passion into that game, you're going to love this game, and there's a lot more of what you love here. For anyone who either hasn't yet tried Destiny or hasn't played it in a while, we think we've made a game with the sequel that's going to have a lot for them to love too. The cornerstone of that is a great cinematic story that's been a real focus with a great cast of memorable, relatable characters, coupled with some very nice ways to make the game more accessible to a casual player. Without losing anything that our core players love, we've made it more accessible to someone who just wants to have a great, more casual first-person action experience. We're also going to introduce Destiny to a number of new people by going to some international markets that we haven't been in before. So I'm going to leave the rest for the reveal, but we're very excited about the game, and it'll be coming this fall.
So finally, the last thing I want to mention is actually something that came from Kotaku's Jason Schreier, the person known for a lot of Destiny's previously accurate rumours. He mentioned the fact that while some of the folks behind Destiny 2 might crave more time to add content and beef up the game, there is a bit of interesting news to consider. If Bungie misses this year for Destiny 2, i.e. it slips to 2018, then Activision will be awarded a hefty chunk of the independent studio's stock, according to two sources that are supposedly familiar with the goings-on at Bungie. And Bungie employees' stock vesting schedule is also based on game releases, including Destiny 2, which gives them major incentives to get the sequel out this year. In other words, if they miss it, then Activision basically claims a big chunk. So let's put it this way, it's in their interest to make sure they get it out the door this year. And if I had to hazard a guess, I'd probably say September, October time. They won't want to clash with Call of Duty this year, which, by the way, for those of you guys that are COD fans, they mentioned that Call of Duty this year will also return to its roots and be boots on the ground, because space doesn't work. But anyway, that's a different topic. But it is, of course, worth noting that they won't want to clash with COD, so they will, of course, need to find a time frame around that. They might, however, want a little bit more time than usual, because, of course, they want to make sure they can get everything into the game, so it might not necessarily be the exact same window as Destiny expansions normally are, like the end of September. But either way, at the end of this year, based on where the game is currently at, there will be a Destiny 2. Either way, that's pretty much it for the time being. As I've mentioned before, anytime there is anything remotely relating to Destiny 2, I'll be sure to keep you guys bang up to date. So while Destiny itself might be slow right now, you can rely on the fact that I will always tell you guys if there is anything you need to know. So for the time being, keep it locked, because hopefully on the run up to E3, Bungie might start talking. But until then, thank you for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.